Jack steps out of the bathroom, steam billowing behind him. He's wearing a plush robe, his hair still damp. Across the room, Diane sits cross-legged on the bed, flipping through a gossip magazine. Jack rubs his face, exasperated.
I can't believe I got roped into this.
Diane doesn't look up. It's a quick interview, then we go dark, and then we break up. Simple.
My family's going to think it's real.
Diane finally looks up, smirking. Oh, are they mind readers? Or aliens with special abilities? Because otherwise, I don't see how. Jack folds his arms, unimpressed.
They'll see it in our eyes.
Diane snorts, flipping the page. What? Are you still in love with me? Jack scoffs instantly.
No.
Diane shrugs, sipping her coffee. Then how would they know? I mean, it's not like I'm in love with you either. Just the thought of you makes me physically ill. Jack places a hand on his heart, mock offended.
Well, that's sweet. Why don't you write that down in my next birthday card?
Done. I'll add a postscript. May all your gifts be socks. Jack shakes his head, moving toward the dresser.
Fine. One interview, and then we're done.
Diane raises a finger. And a once-a-week interview piece leading up to the wedding. Jack freezes mid-step.
What?
Diane casually takes another sip of coffee. Knew I forgot to mention something. Jack turns on his heel and storms out of the room. Diane grins to herself, flipping another page. Wouldn't want to marry a man who can't handle surprises. Off Jack's muffled groan of frustration from the hallway. Jack paces back and forth, a storm brewing behind his eyes, while Stephanie sits at her vanity, expertly applying mascara.
She's completely out of order.
Oh, get a life. She's offering to save your sister's life to smooth over a slight publicity mishap. What's the downside here? You either have a living sister or your old feelings resurface, and let's be honest, that ship already left the dock.
The media will figure out the truth.
Stephanie rolls her eyes, setting down her makeup brush.
How? You're hopelessly still in love with her. She's an Oscar-winning actress. I don't see how anyone would question it.
Jack freezes, narrowing his eyes at her.
Where are you going?
Stephanie grabs her lipstick, unbothered.
Luke's taking me out to dinner to talk about my surgery.
Jack's protective instincts immediately kick in.
Dinner? Just dinner, right?
Yes, just dinner. He's married, and I'm a failure at love.
Jack snorts, arms crossed.
Failure. I replayed your past relationships in my head, and failure doesn't even cover it. I'm thinking Titanic proportions.
Stephanie grabs a makeup sponge and throws it at him.
Ha ha.
Jack dodges, barely.
Can you just try to be mature about this whole Diane thing? She's doing a lot to help us. We should be thanking her.
Jack huffs, rubbing his neck.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
A knock at the door.
Hi, sorry to interrupt.
The door swings open, revealing Maggie, Diane's assistant, clipboard in hand.
We need to go through a few questions. We can't risk you saying something wrong.
Like what?
Like the fact that your relationship with Diane is fake.
Wait, it is? Why didn't anyone tell me?
Stephanie grabs her purse and exits, shaking her head dramatically. Maggie steps inside, shutting the door.
All right. The story we're going with is... You cheated on Diane before college and broke her heart. She moved away, devastated.
Jack's jaw tightens.
I never cheated on her.
Yeah, well, that's the version we're selling.
Then change it.
Why? Why does it matter?
Because it's a lie. I don't want people thinking I was the villain in this story.
Maggie blinks, unimpressed.
Look, it's just a short-term PR fix to explain why you were at her premiere and why she decked you in front of the entire world.
Jack crosses his arms.
No, I'm friends with her family. Her brothers are like my brothers. Her father and I still go fishing together. Her mother cleans my house just to have an excuse to check in on me. If I go along with this lie, it'll destroy all of that.
Maggie presses her lips together. Jack's eyes narrow.
You've already put it out there, haven't you?
Maggie winces.
Yeah, sorry.
Jack groans, turning on his heel, and marches out of the room.
I feel like that went well.
Off her smug grin, Jack storming down the hallway in search of Diane. Jack steps into his living room and immediately freezes. The place is unrecognizable. Cameras, lights, a crew of women adjusting set pieces, rolling cables, and setting up what appears to be a full-blown TV interview stage. Jack's eye twitches.
Diane? We need to talk. Where are you?
A voice like a wrecking ball wrapped in silk cuts through the chaos.
Well, if it isn't that ass.
Jack rolls around, panic flaring in his eyes. Terri Metcalf, a striking woman in her late 40s, stands near the cameras, arms crossed, looking at him like he's a very entertaining mistake.
Come on, honey. Turn around for me.
Jack chooses fight over flight and tries to back out of the room, but his heel catches on a table. A lamp topples. Jack goes down hard, landing flat on his back. Terri leans over him, smirking.
Last time I saw that face, they were waking up together.
Jack groans, slapping a hand over his face.
This isn't happening.
What's going on? Jack scrambles, avoiding eye contact with Terri like she's the IRS.
Nothing. I was just telling Terri that this interview is a bad idea.
Oh, sweetie, I've ought to catch the check.
She flashes a grin, patting her expensive handbag.
We're doing this.
Jack looks to Diane, desperate.
Diane, this is a bad idea.
That's funny, because I don't remember asking your opinion. Jack pinches the bridge of his nose.
Okay, follow-up question. If I jump off the roof, how quick will it take for me to die?
Depends. Do you want it quick and painless, or tragically gone out?
Jack glares. Diane crosses her arms, unimpressed. I'm going to ask one more time. What is going on? Terri gestures to the camera crew.
What's going on is great television, darling.
The cameraman lifts his hand, thumbs up.
At places, everyone.
Terri glides into position, her presence larger than life, every moment practiced.
Terri Metcalf reporting for Team Magazine UK.
Jack's head snaps up.
Teen magazine? Oh, great. Now 12-year-olds are going to think I'm the devil.
Terri ignores him, powering through.
We're here with Diane and Jack, who you may recall were involved in a very public, very ugly altercation last week.
Jack groans.
But the real story behind that moment will shock you in today's episode of
She turns to the camera, delivering the line with maximum drama.
The Affair.
The cameraman lowers the camera. Jack stares at Diane, horrified. Diane slowly looks away, suddenly very invested in the ceiling. Jack throws his arms up.
Fantastic. Can't wait to have an entire country think I ruined your life.
Sweetheart, they already do.
Jack turns on his heel and storms out.
That went well.
Diane closes her eyes and exhales as the cameras start rolling. Jack sits on the interview couch, looking down, looking scared, looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. Diane sits beside him, glaring daggers, her entire body coiled with barely restrained rage.
Just so you know, this is a pre-record. The interview should be out in a week or so.
Across from them, Terri Metcalf, poised, smirking, and relishing every second, leans toward the camera. The cameras roll.
So, Diane, then we get this straight. Jack ended the relationship and immediately slipped into Beck, the first woman he met.
Yes. Jack winces.
The story feels familiar.
Jack raises a hand, defeated.
Can I go now?
In a minute.
Jack sighs, staring at the ceiling like it's his last hope for salvation. Diane's eyes narrow. Why aren't you looking at her, Jack? Jack fidgets, clears his throat.
I think we're done here.
Terry smiles like a cat playing with a wounded mouse.
Jack, you haven't told your fiancé about our history.
Diane's head snaps toward him so fast it could cause whiplash. You two have a history? Jack opens his mouth. Nothing comes out. Terry leans back, savoring the moment.
Oh, in college, Jack and I had a kind of,
Diane crosses her arms, jaw tightening. A what? Jack looks like he's about to have a heart attack.
Please don't.
a thing.
Diane blinks. A thing?
While you two were together.
The room goes dead silent. Jack slowly exhales, already knowing where this is headed.
Run.
What?
Diane lunges, hands reaching for Terry's throat. Jack springs up, catching Diane mid-air, throwing her over his shoulders before she can make contact. Diane kicks, thrashes, and swears like a sailor who's just stubbed his toe. I'm gonna kill you! Terry smooths down her blouse, completely unfazed.
And that's a wrap.
The cameraman lowers the camera, shaking his head in amusement.
Control says the ratings for this will be through the roof.
Terry grins, fixing her hair in the reflection of a nearby trophy.
Then my job here is done.
She grabs her bag and stands up, completely unbothered.
Let's go.
As the camera crew packs up, Jack carries Diane away, her muffled screaming fading into the distance. I swear to God, Jack, put me down! Off Terry's smug smile, we...
We hope you're loving this episode of Stolen Kiss. If it's making your heart race, or ache just a little, make sure you hit follow wherever you're listening so you never miss what happens next. And while you're here, dive into more from That Love podcast. Check out Posh and Ginger, our 6-part buddy rom-com packed with sharp banter, chaos, and the kind of chemistry that refuses to behave. If you love fast dialogue and slow burn tension, this one's for you. Then don't miss The Love Doctor, starring the endlessly charming Emerson Peary, a darkly funny, emotionally messy ride through love, lies, and second chances. More drama, more romance, more reasons to press play.
Jack sprints across the yard, his heart pounding as the camera crew's van starts pulling away. Thinking fast, he launches himself into the back of the van, gripping the edge for dear life. The van jerks to a stop. A very annoyed Terri Metcalf steps out, looking up at him with a mix of amusement and exasperation.
If you're trying to get yourself killed, you're doing a terrific job.
Jack slides off the van, landing with a stumble. He quickly straightens his shirt, ignoring the pain in his knee.
Sorry. I know. But I had to stop you.
Terry crosses her arms.
If this is about the footage, you can forget it.
Terry, please. You can't release that tape.
Why not?
Because it'll ruin Diane's career.
Oh, honey, Diane's career was already on life support before she tried to strangle me on national television.
Jack runs a hand through his hair, frustrated.
Is there anything I can do? I'll do anything to stop that tape from coming out.
Terry arches a brow, intrigued.
Anything.
Yes, please.
Terry's lips curl into a slow, mischievous grin.
Well, there is one thing.
Jack nods desperately.
I'll do it. Say when and where, and I'll be there.
Terry's grin widens, full of dangerous delight.
Oh, Jack, you're going to regret saying that.
Jack's stomach drops.
It's not illegal, is it?
Terry waves him off, stepping back toward the van.
No, just mildly humiliating. But that's a problem for future you.
Jack stares at her, uneasy.
So, should I be worried?
Jack's face falls.
You really want me to do that?
Terry pats his shoulder, a wicked gleam in her eyes.
Grab a suitcase. Meet me here in 10.
Jack opens his mouth to protest, but Terri is already turning back toward the van. Jack sighs, rubbing his face before storming off toward the house. Diane sits on the couch, shoulders slumped, her fury burned out into something quieter, sadder. Jack walks in, pausing when he sees the defeated look on her face. Just say it. My career is over. Jack folds his arms, raising an eyebrow.
You really need to keep that temper of yours in check.
I know. She lets out a humorous laugh, staring at the floor. It's just, the thought of you and her together, it felt like watching a pigeon eat vomit, then immediately get run over by a truck. Jack grimaces.
That's a very specific image.
And yet, not inaccurate. I can't believe you cheated on me with her of all people.
I didn't.
Diane blinks.
Terri knew what would get a rise out of you. She wanted her ratings to explode. That's why she said what she said.
So, you didn't cheat on me with her?
No.
Diane sags against the couch, realization hitting her like a brick wall. So, I ruined my career for nothing? Jack sits down across from her.
Not yet.
Meaning?
I negotiated a deal with Terri.
Diane lifts her head, skeptical. What sort of deal? Jack leans forward, serious.
First, she'll delete the footage.
Diane nods slowly.
Second, you'll need to do another sit-down interview where you publicly declare your long-term friendship with her.
Diane frowns. Why?
She's trying to get promoted to lead anchor at her network, but she needs star power backing her up. And, well, you're her star power.
Diane lets out a deep sigh, pinching the bridge of her nose. Okay, fine. That's easy enough. Jack hesitates.
She also wants me to travel to Texas with her.
Diane tilts her head. Why? Jack runs a hand through his hair.
She wants to introduce me as her boyfriend.
Diane's face drops. Oh, hell no. Jack holds up a hand.
Before you go nuclear again, it's not real.
Oh, sure. Where have I heard that one before? Jack groans, exasperated.
She's into women.
Diane pauses. Wait, what?
Yeah, but her great-grandmother is, let's just say, stuck in her ways.
I read something about her sexuality before the interview. She's been out for decades.
Yeah, but her family never really acknowledged it. If her great-grandmother found out, Terri thinks it could literally kill her.
Diane leans back, processing. So you're telling me that after all of this, you're now pretending to be the fake boyfriend of the woman I almost assaulted on live TV? Jack grins wryly.
I'm versatile.
Diane rolls her eyes. Fine, do whatever you need to do. Jack nods, grabbing his bag.
Good, because I need to leave right now.
Now?
Yep.
Before she can respond, Stephanie bursts into the room, practically glowing.
I'm in love, and I don't care who knows it.
Jack pauses mid-step, looking at her like she's lost her mind.
Yeah, I do not have time to unpack this.
Jack heads for the door. Diane grabs his wrist, stopping him. He turns back, surprised. Diane's expression softens. Thank you. Jack blinks. For helping me clean up this mess. For saving me from my own stupidity. I was rash and you didn't have to step in, but you did. So, thank you, and I'm sorry. Jack searches for her face, then nods.
You're welcome.
Diane leans up and kisses his cheek. Jack nods once more, then exits. Stephanie stares after him, then turns to Diane. So, you and Luke? Stephanie grins.
Well, duh. He's the most handsome man I've ever met.
Diane winces. Yeah, about that.
What?
He's married, hun. Stephanie blinks.
He's what?
Diane nods sympathetically. Yeah, he lied to you. Stephanie crosses her arms, steeling herself.
I'm fine. I just thought he was one of the good guys, you know? Like someone I could actually depend on.
Diane nods, understanding.
Like Monica and Chandler, or Uncle Phil and Vivian.
Diane snorts. You watch too many 90s sitcoms, hun. Stephanie forces a smile. She grabs her phone and exits. Diane watches her go, concerned. Will you be okay? Stephanie doesn't turn around.
I'll survive.
Stephanie pauses just outside her bedroom, phone in hand. She quickly types out a text. Wait 5 minutes, then knock on the back door. Let's get this party started. A few seconds later, a reply pings back. I can't wait. From Luke. Stephanie smiles, eyes gleaming. She slips upstairs, her footsteps light, her intentions not so innocent.
And that's a wrap on this episode of Stolen Kiss. We hope you loved every second. If you did, be sure to follow That Love podcast wherever you listen, so you never miss a moment. This episode featured the voices of Chakri Matayanant, Sierra Haas, Emerson Peary, and Burr Kell. Written, produced, and directed by Joao and Sita. If today's romantic train wreck made you smile, swoon, or gasp, do us a favor and leave a 5-star review. It helps more love-struck listeners discover the show and keeps this story alive and thriving. Until next time, stay kind, stay beautiful, and never forget that you are deeply loved.